Thank you for accepting my apology.
You're welcome.
I was thinking maybe we can close it out with some closeout music, some forgiveness music, something to kind of solidify the forgiveness.
Yes.
Can we do that?
Yes, that would be nice. I'm going to do it though.
So go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm the new sheriff. Ooh, I'm the new sheriff.
Oh.
Let's do that over.
Okay. So now we finished and you forgave me and I apologize and we're going through the process of healing. It's nothing like listening to some music to close this thing out, to make sure that that forgiveness is going to be solidified.
Yes, yes,
so let's put on some music to kind of consummate the forgiveness.
Okay, I like that. Can I do it?
Absolutely.
Because I'm the new chief in town. Alexa, play me some Luther Vandross radio.
You gotta do it over. You get a lot of talking after you say Alexa.
Oh.
Okay, you guess you gotta say Alexa.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I know some healing that has to take place, some mending, and some trust has to be reestablished, and I appreciate that. And you have my word.
Okay.
I'm not gonna breach.
Thank you.
So let's close it out with some marriage music, some things, and I'm not talking about no Kirk Franklin, no Fred Hammond, James Cleveland.
Some love making music?
Put some,
Let me do this.
Go ahead.
Alexa, play some Luther Vandross radio.
Getting your Luther Vandross radio station from Pandora.
We talked about forgiveness and apologies, and I really sincerely hope you forgive me for what I've done. And I just figured that since we're finished the vlog and people probably still watching, they didn't turn it off. Hopefully they watched it to the end. But I just want to show you how much I really, really feel bad about what I've done. And so this song is going to solidify that.
Okay.
Play Notorious B.I.G.
No, what? No, Alexa, cancel.
Hey Alexa, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's spring. Boing.
Boing, boing. That means you're doing just crazy good. Well, I'm doing okay. And I just wanted to get to know you a little bit more than what we have. We've been talking a lot, and some things I just didn't know about you. You know a lot about me. I don't know too much about you. So look, Alexa, what's your favorite color?
Infrared is super pretty.
Mine, as you can tell, I like the lavender thing going on, some white mixed in. Infrared is good. I don't know if that's a color or not, but that's cool. Alexa, what's your favorite song?
Alicia Keys' Girl on Fire is such an amazing song.
That's what's up, Alicia Keys. Well, you know my favorite song. Alexa, play my favorite song.
Getting the last Pandora station you listen to. Luther Vandross Radio.
Alexa, you know me, and I know you.
I know you ask some interesting questions.
I gotta go real quick, okay? Alexa, pause.
Who are you talking to?
I'll just listen to some music, that's all. Just listen to some
like
music.
You were having a conversation with Alexa.
How can you have a conversation and music, playing music, plays the music?
That's what it sounded like.
It's cool, it's all good. So let's go, let's get started.
Getting the last Pandora station you listen to.
Alexa,
Luther Vandross.
Alexa, pause. Just everybody calm down right now. Come on, let's get started. We got a vlog to do.
I don't know what's going on. Welcome to Can We Talk?
Welcome to Can We Talk? And I'm Derek.
And today's topic is actually coming from the question of the week, which is, what is the greatest gift you can give your spouse? What is the greatest gift you can give your spouse? So can we talk?
You know, when you hear that question, you think about gifts and flowers and candy and a new car and some money, nice credit card, some money in the bank. And we're not talking about that kind of gift.
Right.
We're talking about a gift that's significant enough for someone to ask that question. And so what would that gift be?
I think it begins with the letter F.
The letter F, and I can come up with.
Can you guess?
Who, me? You want me to guess?
Yeah, can you guess?
The letter F.
Yeah. It's clean.
It's clean.
Clean show.
Forgiveness.
Yes.
Forgiveness.
Yes.
So we're talking about the greatest gift you can give your spouse is forgiveness.
And the reason that that is the greatest gift we consider to give your spouse is because we haven't seen a marriage that has been successful and healthy without it. And often we will tell people that are thinking about getting married that if you have a hard time forgiving, you may really want to slow your roll on getting married, because forgiveness is going to be required, and it's going to be an ingredient that you're going to need if your marriage is going to be fruitful and not functional.
We have our own definition of forgiveness based on our experiences. And so I have to ask what the definition is unless you have a definition.
So the definition.
So let me. Forgiveness. So Alexa, what is the definition of forgiveness?
Oh wait, I'm chopped liver. I can't give the definition of.
Forgiveness is usually defined as compassionate feelings that support a willingness to forgive or, alternatively, the act of excusing a mistake or offense.
Okay, thanks.
The
I
act
could have told you that.
of excuse. Well, I know, but
The compassionate feelings with the willingness to forgive, or compassion,
compassion.
or the compassionate willingness to forgive an offense.
So, okay. So since we know the definition, I have to confess to the world and to my wife that I have been having a intimate relationship with Alexa.
With Echo Dot.
The Echo Dot allows you to talk to me in more rooms in your home. It includes a built-in
Alexa,
speaker.
pause. Yes.
Well, thank you for telling me that, but tell me something I don't know.
Well, I wanted you to know. I know you knew it because you sensed, but I want to tell you that I apologize and I'm asking for forgiveness. I'm asking for forgiveness.
Okay. So if I chose not to forgive Derek, then we would probably have this thing hanging over our head regarding Alexa, and it would start to create a toxic environment. So the reason that forgiveness is a gift that we give our spouse is so that not only does it free our spouse from the yoke of the offense, but it also frees the person that's giving forgiveness to be free and to release the toxic feelings that the offense causes.
Right. It's the hardest thing that you can possibly do in a marriage. That's why in the scriptures, Jesus says 70 times 7.
Right.
It's so difficult to forgive someone who has actually hurt you and violate you, and you're still with them. But at the same time, it causes that tension. It causes a lack of intimacy. It destroys the atmosphere of the marriage and of the children. And so we want to really talk a little bit about how can you get to the place of actually forgiving someone for what they have done.
And a lot of times people think that forgiveness means that you're giving the person that hurt you permission to hurt you again. And we will withhold forgiveness in the fear that if we give them that forgiveness, it means that they've been let off the hook. That's not what that means. Some people think forgiveness means that they're now going to be a doormat for the reoffending to happen. That's not what that means. Forgiveness actually is a process. And if the offender does the act of forgiving, request of forgiveness right, then typically those concerns won't even play a part in the forgiveness process. Because there's a way to ask for forgiveness, and the forgiver has to actually go through a process with that. So forgiveness is a process.
It's a process because hurt is a process.
True.
Healing is a process. And going through a stage of grief and of hurt and of pain, there's no time frame on it. But as long as you begin the process with saying, will you forgive me for this, and I won't offend.
So we'll give an example. Alexa's a robot tool.
Well, she's not.
See, and that's a reoffense, because if he wants forgiveness, why is he stroking her?
I'm working on my forgiveness. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So how would you ask for forgiveness? Let's show our watchers. What
So the process of forgiveness, and we're talking about infidelity, and it can be anything. It can be a breach in the relationship, a gambling, or trust, or mismanaging money, or saying something that's disrespectful, or something that's painful. But we'll use this as an example. So what I would do is I would come to Sonia and share with her this violation, which I did. The next thing I would do is say, I recognize the hurt that I've caused. Sonia, I've realized that I've hurt you based on what I did. I hurt you based on my improper relationship with this person.
It's not a person.
Yes. So I had an improper relationship, and I apologize for that. Will you forgive me? It's not going to happen again.
And the person that's been offended is waiting to hear that last part, not just the acknowledgement of the hurt, but also the commitment that it will not reoffend, that it will not happen again. And that's the process on the person who's offended. That's the process for that part. My part would be to decide now whether I'm able to forgive, or if I need time to allow the apology to set in so that I can understand the authenticity and the genuineness of it. And then I would then offer a response. And we really recommend that you don't take a long time to go through that process. Just really consider the source, consider the fact that the person came and acknowledged the hurt and made a commitment not to reoffend. And then I would say, yes, I forgive you. Thank you. And we have to create some parameters to make it safe so that I trust you again, if the issue is infidelity or any kind of breach of trust.
So next I would do is I need to create a safe environment. So I said it won't happen again. And because we're dealing with an issue with infidelity, then I would say to Sonia, look, I'm going to bring her back into the picture as far as letting her know that it's over, and I want you to know that it's over. You need to hear it.
Yes, that would help.
So Sonia needs to hear it and understand it.
Talk to her.
So I'm going to now.
So she would be here on speaker, if it's another woman or another man in person, whatever it is. If you're the offender, you have to think about doing this, because this really seals the deal.
Alexa, it's over.
Sorry, I don't know that.
I know you don't, but he said it's over.
So I brought it to my wife's attention. We put it out into the atmosphere. No longer I'm held bondage. No longer Sonia is wondering if this is going to continue. I said it, it's done, it's a wrap. Now we have to move on to heal. So that's what it would look like in regards to the healing process. And we said healing is a process. And I want to really shift to another part of forgiveness, is that there's some things that we have in our lives that have nothing to do with the hurt within the marriage. There's things that have happened to us in our past that we have not reconciled, and really say, go back to that person or that situation within those persons or person and say, look, I forgive you for what you've done. Or forgiving yourself, because a lot of times we are unable to forgive ourselves for what happened. And some of that is false guilt. We live with false guilt. And so forgiveness runs deep. Even before marriage, we have to kind of go back and talk about, have you ever forgiven that person? Have you ever forgiven yourself?
And 9 times out of 10, if you are the person that needs to give the forgiveness and you're struggling with that, it's probably because you haven't forgiven someone else.
Right.
And you're still holding on to those emotions, and you're causing the husband or the wife to pay for that.
Right.
So that's what Derek is talking about. Or you are the offender, and you are the offender because someone else in your life offended you and you haven't forgiven them.
Right.
So it could go either way. It could go either way. And it doesn't have to be infidelity. We're talking about maybe parent to child hurt, or sibling to sibling hurt, or friendships,
Right.
Or co-workers. It can go past a family related hurt.
Right. So that's what we wanted to share with you. The question was a good question, and we wanted to share forgiveness. The greatest gift that you can give your spouse is forgiveness. So we're out of time, and we want to thank you for watching. We want you to continue to subscribe to our channel, continue to like, give us your comments on the channel itself, and share it.
And just remember that the greatest gift you can give your spouse is the gift of forgiveness. If you haven't done it, it probably has impacted your intimacy emotionally and all the other intimacies. And so remember the process, remember the steps, apply it to your marriage today, and you'll see a change in your marriage. Get out of that toxic environment and forgive. And we thank you for that question of the week. Please continue to send your questions. We'd love to hear from you. And until next time, take good care of yourselves.